involved in this meeting so we can quickly go back to our various units for our work. Thank you. Before we start, we would like to have prayer and would invite Michael Ayi of GMA to share a word of prayer with us.
Let's bow our head in prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for the opportunity to be gathered here in the year 2024. We thank God for the life of every staff and the leadership. We commit today's meeting into the hands of God, that He will direct us, He will grant us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that at the end all glory and honor will be given unto His holy name. In Jesus' mighty name we pray with thanksgiving. Amen.
Thank you very much, Michael. Once again, we apologize for the late start of this meeting. Before we continue, we'll take the welcome address, and it will be done by the head of HR, Fafa Beho. Please let's give her an applause.
Thank you very much, Vida. Good morning, everyone. You're all welcome to our staff meeting, the first one for 2024. This is the first time we're meeting in 2 years, because last year we didn't have one. So it's wonderful to see all of us here, hale and hearty. The reason why we are gathered here today is because we want to set the tone for this year, to understand the direction that we have to take in order to move our company to the next level and make it a very wonderful, impactful, and serviceable company in the continent. So I would encourage all of us to listen to all the motivational videos and the speeches and advice that will come from all the speakers we have today. I also would like to take us through the agenda for today. If I could have the agenda projected, please. So far, we've done the opening prayer. Now we are at the point of where we are having the welcome address. After that, we will have our motivational video. And then we've selected one of our directors to actually take us through what the plan is for this year, so that together as a collective, we can achieve great success. Then we'll have an address by our CEO, Mr. Ines Boateng. And then we'll have a brief Q&A session, and then we'll close. So hopefully we'll do this within an hour, and everything will be smooth. Thank you very much. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce to all of us the members of our senior management team. We have new employees. So please, since we now know our new colleagues, we also would like to introduce members of our senior team. In no particular order, members of our senior management team, SMT, I would like to introduce Mr. Ines Boateng, our CEO. Mr. Boateng, please, since you are here, kindly rise. You can send a wave to everyone. Thank you very much. Then we have our Director of Sales, Mr. Austin Ampim, aka Pastor. Austin, please rise. It's huge. Then we have the Chief Director for GMA, Emma Wenani. She's with us on Zoom, and that's her picture. Big shout out, Emma. Then we also have our Director of Perception Management International and the Print House, Martin Ankra. Please rise. Thank you. We have our Director for GMA BC, Global Media Alliance Broadcast Company, Timothy Kakari. We also have the head of YFM Triangle, Osei Kufuor, who is also on Zoom. Hello, Osei. I wonder what time it is where you are. It should be during the day. Next, we have our own accountant, to jokingly call CFO, Emmanuel Donko. Ima, rise. Then the next person is, I think, me, Fafagbeho, so you know me already. Thank you. Then we have Eugene Asaribedu, accountant, who is in charge of our treasury, aka Papayu. Papayu, please rise. Thank you. So please, those are members of your senior management team, and I've mentioned the divisions that they also supervise. So always feel free to speak to us. Mr. Boatin runs an open door policy, and so we welcome you all, and we will go straight now into our motivational video. Please enjoy the video, pick the substance from it, and let that feed you and inspire you for the year 2024. Thank you very much.
Live a better life. That's what all of us want in 2024. We want to live a better life. And how do we do that? 3 action steps. Number 1, improve on my financial stewardship. Improve on my financial stewardship. Money is one of the critical factors that determine the quality of life. It is rightly sung about that money is blood. Money is not everything, but it is a lot of things. And it influences so much of what goes on in our lives. And we must improve on how we manage money, what goes out and what comes in. Financial stewardship basically is managing well what God gives you and what you give to God. What God gives you and what you give to God. What comes in and what goes out. And each one of us must be masters of that. Sometimes a year becomes better not because you had a financial breakthrough or you received more money, but simply because you managed what you had better. And you realize that the money you thought was not a lot was actually significant if you managed it well. So let's pray for God to give us guidance into traffic. I pay attention. I'm watching, and there are certain people I spot in specific areas, and they're carrying something. They're going up and down. Up. If they're wearing a Fitbit bracelet, they'll do more than 10,000 steps. They go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And I ask myself, considering what they are carrying on their head, even if all of it was bought, what is the margin? And they do it for hours and probably get about 40 cedis, 20 at the end of the day. Now you go to work and you come home and you are paid. And you don't value the place that pays you. All I'm saying is, the big things you want to see in life, they may not happen in one big way. They may just happen because you did some things consistently and over a long period of time. And let's all have the discipline of doing it over and over and over and over. And I believe at the end of 2024, we should all be able to say, this 2024 is better than 2023. That should be our testimony. At the end of 2024, I should be able to say, oh, wow, what a year. It was better than 2023. Why? Because I took these steps and I can see improvement in my life.
Anytime you see a person who is doing anything exceptional, it is not luck. And let me just even be bold to say it's not favor.
Wisdom series for success.
It's not favor. It's not grace. God is not selective with grace. God's grace is abundant to all. But there is something called frustrating the grace of God. So, being graced by God is God's investment in you. Being disciplined is your investment in yourself. When Paul is saying, I can do all things through Christ, he's not talking about grace. He's talking about discipline. He says in a race, the reason why people win is because they are temperate in all things. Never look at somebody who is exceptional in any field and just say, God has blessed him. That is the lazy man's observation. Whom has God not blessed? Whom? I mean, tell me somebody that God hasn't blessed. Is there any in this hall who says God hasn't blessed me? No. The beggar on the roadside, you think God hasn't blessed him? He has life. He can breathe. He has a brain. He has hands. He has legs. What do you call that? Blessing.
Let me show you this. We all live inside a bubble, right? This is our world. We go to church here. We work over here. We go get our coffee over here. We go to this park over here. We usually go over here to, hang out with friends. This is our favorite club. This is our world. This is our favorite spot on the beach. We all live in this bubble. What you got to do to get the life that God wants you to have, you got to put more air in your bubble. You got to blow your bubble up. Expand yourself. Take yourself out your comfort zone. Do not live in your bubble. Put some more air in your bubble. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful. Start putting some pressure on. Put some pressure on yourself. Get out here and get about it. Look, I'd love to sugarcoat this thing for you. I'd love to tell you, look, you can go out here and get rich, do a couple of things. That ain't happening. You got to get real doggish. You got to get downright funky if you want to make it. Now, like I was telling you before, if you want to be ordinary, you ain't even got to listen to me. Just go on about your business. If you think ordinary's cool, ain't no problem. It's some really, really wonderful ordinary people. But if you are sitting in this room and you have extraordinary aspirations, then you're going to have to do extra.
I believe we are all inspired from this video and we'll take cues from them as we go along the year. In fact, I was just telling Fafa that this video we will share on the platform for us to revisit as we go along in the year so that we can continually be inspired. At this point, we have one of our directors to speak with us, as Fafa mentioned in the outline for this program. And he is the Director of Perception Management International and Print House. Without much ado, we kindly welcome Mr. Martin Ankra to give us a speech.
Thank you, Provider. Good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year to us all. It's actually not a speech, so it will be a short presentation that will pave the way for the CEO's speech. So consider me as the John the Baptist for the CEO for this morning. Okay, so I'm talking on the topic Navigating New Horizons. That's the theme that we are taking for the year. I would like to start by saying that we'll focus on who the agency is or who the group, GMA as a group is, what are the key focus areas that we want to do as a business for the year, and how do we fit in as a staff? How do I play my part sitting in my Happy FM studio reading an LPM, or I'm producing the show, or I'm on Happy YFM in Legon City Mall, or I'm at GMA, Print House, or Silverbed somewhere. How do I fit in as a staff? And then we talk about the focus areas, and if there are questions you have, myself and the able directors and the CEOs to provide the answers for us. Next slide, please. So, I think somebody at Happy FM would only think that GMA is Happy FM. Somebody at GMA would only think GMA is GMA. Someone at Silverbed or YFM, in their small corner, would think that I belong to a very small world. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. You belong to a very big family called Global Media Alliance Group. And we like to call ourselves an integrated marketing and communications company. It's a big English and a big word. It basically means that we market brands, we protect brands, and making sure that the brands or companies that we work with in the eyes of their clients, and then they make money, and then we make money from there. So we belong to a very big family where we basically protect brands across Africa, and we've been doing that for the past 25 years. Sustaining a business in these modern times for 25 years is not an easy thing. Even the likes of COVID came and were, resilient. So I believe that we should be proud to be a member of this family. Next slide. Just talking about our assets. So the business has the consulting side, which is GMA, and mainly PR and media consultancy, events management and brands activation, creative designs and production, and digital and innovations. So that's the consulting side of the business. Part of the consulting side of the business dovetails into what PMI does, which is the creative designs, and then also the BTL and activations. Beyond the GMA, so whilst people go in to bring the business, those of us who are executionists or executors of the business, ensure that we are doing it well. The sales team brings the LPM. Let's deliver in a way that the client will want LPM to run on that particular show. The guys doing the events, the guys doing the BTL and activations, let's ensure that we are client focused, and at the end of the day, when client is happy, it's easy for us to get more business, it's easy for them to refer us to other clients and all that. So let's be client focused in our execution. Next one is the growth mindset. And I mentioned earlier that the most dangerous place to be is where you see. We need to grow. We need to grow ourselves as individuals and also ensure that whatever we do is growing the business. And finally is the brand loyalty. Hardly will you see the likes of Coca-Cola guys drinking Pepsi, and hardly will you see the likes of drinking club. First, listening to
Hello, 1, 2.
Can I go on? The one making the phone call. Can I? How many of us listening to YFM with the purpose of giving that particular show to ensure that they are growing. How many of us listen to Happy FM? And for me, since the new lady joined on Happy FM in the evening, that's where I go every evening because entertainment is there. How many of us go there to listen, to give feedback? How many of us watch our shows that we are running on YTV to give feedback? I think that we need to be loyal to the brand. And I know some of us get businesses, and instead of bringing it to the business, we know the money we are going to get from it, so we pass it through the cable. For me, that's not loyalty. So let's consume the brand, live the brands that we belong to, and together we believe that we are going to win with these attributes. Next slide. Now, the power of synergy. I just want to quickly, paint. I think it's my house people. they finally gone. Next slide. Now, we want to just know that the way you can sell is that you go out, there are various ways you can sell. Next. Just click on next. I have a copy to anyone who brings in any business. Next one. Entertainment, Silverbed and GMABC. Somebody looking for entertainment, just come to Silverbed or GMABC. With our brands, we provide quality entertainment across board. Next one. Next one. I have 4 or 5 more to go. Billboards. Somebody says they want billboards. We know where to go. PMI. Next one. Events, logistics, stage, chassis, lights, LED screens, and all that. We know where to go. PMI. Next one. Event management. We know where to go. GMA events team is there to deliver on your event needs every time, any day, anytime. Let's go. Detail and activations. The PMI team is there to deliver, go to the market and sell for any clients at all who doesn't know how to sell. We know how to sell, that we are in the business of selling. Next one. Media buying. If somebody wants to run adverts on Joy FM, City FM, and all that, apart from our platform, our GMA team is there to deliver. So I really don't see anyone giving us any excuse for not selling any part of our brand. And the list goes on. I just decided to show a few of the things that we can sell. Start small. And if any of these opportunities show up and you don't think that you have the ability to sell, speak to the head or speak to any member of the team, and we are happy to take it there and bring the clients home, and commission will come to you. Next slide. Next. Right, so I'll end this presentation by making sure that we're all getting inspired with our values. Just remind us of the values that we ascribe to as we join the company. And the values are as follows. Let's go. Next, please. Integrity. This year, let's ensure that whatever we are doing, integrity is at the core of it. I remember I had a conversation with CEO last year about integrity being a core of our business. And for him, if you say something that is not the truth and he finds out, integrity is lost. And so let's make sure that we use or we imbibe integrity in everything that we do. And responsibility, the one here with the child holding the hand is the responsibility. Let's be responsible for ourselves, for our client businesses, and for the business as well. If you see something going wrong, say something. If you see something, say something. Then hard work. I think it's one of the things that Pastor Mensa Otavo said. He said it's not the grace of God. He's bold enough to say it's not even the favor of God. It's not the blessings of God, but it's the hard work, consistency. How hard are we working? How hard have we been working? This is a call to action that this year should be the year of hard work for us. And the blessings is all over, but the only people that differentiate themselves are those who work hard or who go the extra mile, who become uncomfortable or being uncomfortable. That's the only way we can win. Mutual respect for your colleagues and for our clients, making sure that we talk in a way that build relationships and not burn bridges. Then creativity is one of them, that we need to be creative, and we are in a creative agency. We are not selling bread. We are not selling tomatoes. We sell ideas, and the only way we can win with the ideas is how creative these ideas are. So let's make sure that creativity is at the core of what we do. And finally, fun. Agency work can be very stressful.
They can add them as payment here.
Two. Hello, 1 2 1 2. 1 2. No, pass it. Boss. You got a player. Hello. 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 Your phone there. Hello. Hello. 1 2. Hello. 1 2. Hello.
Try make us.
Hello.
Hello, 2. Try 1 2.
Make them go.
Hello. 1 2. Hello.
1, 2. Hello.
CEO say no go use am. He say no go use am. But for left with the girl. I know the car. Even that one side. No, we mute am say.
So for me, we need to take our job seriously. Don't, please turn off the sound. Tell me to turn off the sound. When I can't speak, turn off these distractions. Okay. So because of what is happening, your colleagues in the outstations cannot hear what I'm saying. Maybe they will record and then stream it to them later on. But we've created a big inconvenience for them. Okay? I want to thank everybody for being here. There's not going to be any impact. And that's what is happening now. You know, somebody took their work for granted. Somebody decided not to make sure that there's fuel in the van. And we are where we are. You know, we have an irritated guy speaking. And hello. All right, please turn the thing off. I mean, I think we can stream it back to the guys later. Right. All right. So what's
live a better life.
Saying, we should take our workplace for granted because month after month after month, we deliver on our social contract to you, which means we have to make sure that you get paid. Sometimes it delays, sometimes it comes early. But at the end of the day, you are paid. That's a straightforward, simple thing that we are supposed to do. For me, that's my social contract. What is your social contract with me? To make sure that you deliver to the best of your ability, to make sure that as an organization, we bring enough revenues to be able to pay you. For me, it's as simple as that. You do your bit, I do my bit. And as an organization, we move forward. That's a simple truth. So what do we have to do to make sure that at the end of the day, we are fulfilling on our part of our social contract with GMA? We need to make sure that, yes, you brighten the little corner where you are. What does that mean in the context of being in the workplace? You need to make sure that if you're a cleaner, you do your job well. In the past, people have even gone to other radio stations and said, Happy FM, as an example, they've had the cleanest bathroom. And those of you who have been here long enough can attest to that. You hear my point? People say, oh, global media. I remember there was a program in Tamale. The minister saw Jerry. It's like, this is the reason why this program went well. You see, those are the type of testimonials that we need from you. because then you get the repeat jobs. Jerry and the PMI group, they went to do a fantastic job, and we got repeat business. And we got a lot of repeat business, you see. So for me, when we were there, and then we went to Tapa, right? We did something for Ministry of Agric. Some of you guys were aware of it, some of you guys participated, but at the end of the day, even our guys, some of our guys were criticizing the minister, were criticizing the program. An event that we ourselves are organizing and implementing. You have your own guys criticizing it, thinking that, where is the money going to come from if we lose that account? You get my point? Instead of maybe calling myself or calling the implementing team to give feedback that, oh, maybe I think you should do that, I think we should do that. No. They didn't do this well, they didn't, and sometimes they even, go on air to say it. You get my point? So as an organization, this wasn't what I was going to talk about, but I think it's very, very important that I talk, I deliver this type of address, because we are one people at the end of the day. We are one people. And as one people, we need to support each other. We need to make sure that if Eunice, who comes across as the MC for the entire organization, and she does a selfless job, because you call it to do this, oh, member. You call it to do that, member. You call it to do that, member. Her voice is on almost all our jingles, you see? But she's selfless. She doesn't say, oh, it's because Happy FM, I won't do it. She doesn't say it's because GMA, I won't do it. She does it across. And that is a reality. And that's the type of people that we want at the end of the day. You can't just sit in your small corner, and think that the organization is going to grow. No, it's not going to grow. We've been in business for the past 25 years. For the past 25 years. And we are one of the most respected organizations, at least when it comes to our type of business that we do. Martin said we are end-to-end. There's no organization in Ghana that's end-to-end. There's no organization that is end-to-end. And that is a competitive advantage for us. Because you're doing a program for a client. The client says, oh, I need to change my print, my brochure. Immediately we call Bonnie. Bonnie, we need for you to execute this in the next 10, 15 minutes. It's like, okay, bring it, boom, 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 it's done. Client is happy. End to end. If you have to take it to another printing press, guess what? It will take 24 hours, and you would have lost the confidence of the client. But in doing that, you also have to support the print house. Whether it's through your own personal business, sometimes you may be having an event at home, in your own private life. You have guys who can print for you. So why do you take it somewhere else? You get my point? Why do you take it somewhere else? I mean, the quality that they will give you is just as good or better. And they will give you a discount too. So why take it somewhere else? If you want billboard to be printed, they can do it for you. Why take it somewhere else? Everything that we want to do in the multimedia space, we can do it. Everything. So we as a group, we have to support each other. And sometimes people take things for granted. When you put GMA on your resume, on your CV, people pay attention to you. We've had staff who come in 6 months, 2 years down the road, they get another job. Sometimes they've been out of work for like 2-3 years. They get another job, because guess what? There is value in working for GMA. There is value in working for YFM. There is value in working for Happy FM. And that is how we should see ourselves. We have to take pride in our own brand. Not just ourselves, but in our brand. Because without the brand, some of you may still be able to move on and do well. Others may not. You disappear. And people have gone through our corridors, a lot of them, especially on the radio side. They leave and then boom, they disappear. You don't hear of them anymore. Suddenly they are no longer relevant. And that is the reality of the work, of the world that we live in. So please, let's take pride in what we do. And in taking pride, that means you also have to do your work well. There are people here who have been here, most of the SMT members, they've been around for over 10 years. Mary, she's been around for over 10 years. I mean, I can pinpoint some of the guys, Isaac, Okay, everybody comes. So it's important that, yes, whilst we are taking, being part of the fund for group fund activities, we also, when it comes down to work, we take it very seriously. It's very, very important. GMA is a powerful tool to have. It's a powerful name. It's a powerful asset. Interestingly, I was with Ambassador yesterday, and he said he got a call that this ex-MP wants to sit on our board. Yes, he wants to sit on our board. And I said, I don't. So he wanted to know if it's okay for him to. I said, look, he should bring his CV. You know, he should bring his CV, because the fact that you're an MP doesn't mean that automatically you get access to our board. Okay, and it's not just MPP, also NDC. You know, we cut across. We have friends on both sides. It's very, very important. GMA has serious brand equity, and it's for all of us to make sure that we uphold that equity. Me personally, if I see that you are bringing down the equity, people know how I am. You know, I mean, I don't think I have to say it. And if you see somebody bringing down the brand equity, you have to do the same thing. It's as simple as that. Because what he's doing is also impacting your life. It's impacting your well-being. It's impacting your future. For me, that is as simple as that. It's impacting your future. And again, of course, it's also going to impact the money that we make to be able to pay you. This past Christmas, the sales team did a wonderful job. Everybody went home at least slightly happy, okay, because they got their packages. I mean, I was with a banking client, and I saw people carrying only one bag of rice. This is a bank that has money, and they were carrying only one bag of rice. And I went to the CFO. I said, I'm more than that. Master, you don't pay them to. I mean, it was very blunt. It was very blunt that we pay them. I mean, this is just something that we do out of goodwill. So if I give you one bag of rice and you don't like it, tough luck. And that's how a lot of organizations approach business. That's how a lot of organizations approach business. But come Christmas, I start harassing the sales team. I start harassing the accounts team. I start harassing everybody. We need to get things for our staff, because they also need to have a nice Christmas. They also need to also be able to show that where they work, okay, some will take the food home to their wives, some will take the food home to their parents, some will divert the food to their girlfriends. It's okay. At least you take to somebody. You get my point? So it's very important that, you know, and you know, your welfare is my welfare. I spend sleepless nights thinking about how we are going to push the organization forward. I mean, for those of you who know me, they know that I don't sleep. 3 a.m. I'll send you email. 2 a.m. I'll send you email. Okay? Sometimes you also strike back and call me at 3 a.m. Master, I'm not free. Okay? So it's very, very important. I mean, we have a lot of talented people here. You wouldn't be here if you were not talented, if you didn't fit to be in this organization. We have a lot of clever people. When you have one-on-one conversation with people, like, wow. But then, why am I not seeing their output in their work? You hear my point? And every little bit counts. Whatever you do, and I keep saying it. It's like being, what's the word there is? A spoke in a wheel. One drops off, and then you can't move the bicycle or the motorbike. You know, so we all have to do our bit. We all have to fit in perfectly. Okay. And from an organizational point of view, I mean, I keep talking about building capacity. Capacity goes two ways. One, you have to be motivated to say that I want to grow. And I think Steve Harvey mentioned that you have to expand your bubble. You have to expand your bubble. And for me, I like working with people who always want to expand their bubble. Because otherwise you sit there and per the laws of evolution, if you sit idle, what happens? You die. I mean, for those of you who did biology, it's simple. If you don't evolve, if you don't change, you will die. I don't think anybody here wants to die. You get my point? Not die in the sense of being fearful. But you know what I mean. Okay, so I think as an organization, I think I've said enough about the need to work as a group. And of course, Martin spoke about integrity. For me, it's very, very important. It's better to say, I can't do it, or give me time, than to say it's done, and then I go and check, and it's not done. Because I rely on your assurance to pass it on to somebody else. Because I trust you, if you say I'm going to do it or I've done it, guess what? I won't go and check. I will go straight to the client and say, look, at the NIA. And so if then the client calls me and says, the thing hasn't been done, then I look foolish. I look bad. It reflects very badly on the organization. And I don't take those things lightly. And you should not also take those things lightly. Just like I don't suffer fools, you should also not suffer fools. If you're at YFM or at Happy and your producer is not doing their job, you have to call him out because it's making you look bad. Your voice is what people hear out there. Yeah. So if the person is not doing their job well and makes you look bad, guess what? You have to call them out. Make sure that they do their job well. Otherwise, you are the one who is going to look bad and look foolish. I don't think anybody here wants to look foolish. And I didn't well. You don't. So it's very, very, very important. And communication is key. A lot of the problems in this world is because of bad communication. As a comms agency, I always say that we don't communicate that well. Okay, so this year, we need to take it upon ourselves to communicate. We're here. Just tell them that this is what you've been doing, that's why I'm not talking to you, or when I see you, I frown. For me, it's as simple as that. And you realize that it's even something small. Maybe you walk past the person and then you didn't say hello. That's all. And the person thinks that you don't like him. You see? Simple. Wars have been fought over simple things. Famous Nonumba and Kokomba war over chicken. Over chicken. Guinea fowl, what are you? That guinea fowl that didn't fly to Burkina Faso. You see, wars have been fought over that. People have died because of something that's simple. Communication is key. Marriages fail because of communication, lack of communication. Relationships with your friends, your colleagues, your spouses, your girlfriends, it fails. Political parties, they disintegrate because of lack of communication. It's very simple. Some of these things I'm saying is so basic to you, but look at yourself and say, am I practicing good communication? Look at yourself. Maybe you are. Great. Some of us, we are not perfect. We continue to learn. Okay. But if I see you, that's what I say, I have an open door policy. If I say something that I offend you, just come to the person and say, look, or come to me and say, hey, this thing that you said, it embarrassed me in public. I say, oh, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Because then I will feel really, really bad. Because some of us, we have certain jokes or we crack certain jokes that may not be as funny to the other person, but it's funny to us. Do you get my point? And we need to make sure that we communicate. We communicate. I've been told that I'm going too long, so let me try and see if I can get anything from my script that I haven't spoken about. Again, I think I've touched on everything. The team dynamics, I've spoken about it. Making sure that we stay focused and do our work, I've touched on it. Being ambassadors of each other, I've touched on it. I'm using ChatGPT, so AI. Yes, AICU, exactly. So, but I think I've touched on almost everything. Once again, I want to thank you. It's unfortunate that we didn't get the best sound output, but I hope you guys heard me. I hope you guys heard me. So I want to thank you again. I always like to do this, and I said Papa took my script out of my speech. I want to see the people who have been around for the past 1 year. I just want to understand why you joined GMA. I don't want to put you on the spot, but please, I know who you are, so I can call you. So if you don't want to talk, I'm looking for only 5 people. Simple man. You are the newest kid on the block. Why did you decide to join GMA? Sometimes we have to remember why people choose to work for us, why people choose to become part of the family. Okay, it's not just salary. It's not just who says salary? Yeah. So please, just give us a, because you came from Kumasi.
Yes.
You relocated. It's a big sacrifice.
Yes.
Why did you decide to come here?
Yes, I believe GMA is a very professional organization. And then integrity is something that I've seen that it's something I've observed from afar. And so that integrity issues are not something that is taken lightly at all. Right. And it's also a place where I feel that people are valued, they are accepted, and they are allowed to come out to develop their talents. And that is one of the reasons why I decided to come.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
The Simpleman is the program manager for Happy FM. You can reach out to him. You can also reach out to your colleagues here. You know everybody now.
Yes.
Right? Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Madam, you are looking at my face, so you know I'm going to call you. So, over to you. Number 2.
So, as a student, I've been practicing communication for a while. And when I thought of switching from what I was used to as a journalist, I thought I would join the communications company that had that brand name. And you know that when you join, you'll be able to learn more. And so it was my decision then to join Global Media Alliance because they had that brand name and integrity out there.
Okay, thank you. You volunteered yourself.
Okay, so a big part of the reason I joined GMA is you have to be intentional about growth. And one thing that I've had the opportunity of doing is working in various industries. I've done a bit of banking, a bit of insurance, a bit of tech, and the course I actually studied was marketing. So I wanted that first-hand experience. So in order to get to a point in life, you have to be willing to learn, unlearn, and relearn. So then I took the opportunity once I saw the position put out that I wanted to leverage on that and grow. And then connect all these various industries and relationships that you've had over time together so that you're at that point of contact that if somebody says they want this, they want that, you're able to, cross-sell the various industries together. So it requires a lot of learning, it requires a lot of communication, and I've been fortunate enough to have interactions with yourself, Emma, and several other people that from time to time I just try to contact and then build relationships with. So basically that's why I joined here.
Thank you very much. You see such a wonderful, intelligent, smart, well-dressed, handsome. YFM, we control the youth market, right? Yeah. We don't only want to be seen as a music, especially in this election year. Over 65% of the demographic, right, is the youth. Everywhere, people are trying to target the youth, and we are the spokes people for the youth. How are we leveraging that? We have somebody like that. He knows banking, he knows insurance, he knows all these industries. We can bring him on, and he's so eloquent. And the way he will talk, he also has a nice voice anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So the way he will talk, it will bring people to the station. Do you get my point? Listen, you have a competition when it comes to voice. Thank you. So we have the assets, we have the people. That expression is a bit, we have the men. Yes. So it's very, very, madam, you are late, so come. This is a new sensation. It's on Happy FM. This is what happens when you come. So this is a queer Sika, very, very eloquent. Napoleon.
Yeah.
Very, very Napoleon.
Really? That's the government name.
Oh, okay. Listen to her from what time to what time? 7 to 10 p.m. Very witty. She's good. So, extremely good on her. So let's listen to her. Even if you're a YFM person, listen to her. Okay, and you also should listen to YFM. From time to time, we do like topsy-turvy. You see, topsy-turvy. And, should come on YFM. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, some people have even expressed interest in maybe having her at YFM from time to time. If I'm not mistaken. That's why I had to do the grapevine. Oh, okay. So, it's now 11 o'clock. I'm going to end it. I'm hoping that we are going to do this on a quarterly basis. We have to make sure that we stick to making sure that we interact with each other, because this is one of the few times that we get to meet our colleagues. So please, when we go outside, as you are having your small chops, meet new colleagues. Meet the person that you haven't seen before. So if it's Kojo Manuel, you go and meet a simple man. If it's Evans, go and meet